All right, good morning everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. You know when today is what's today's date? Today is what, the 24th? Well, it's Monday. It's Monday. June 24th, I believe. So, I just want to give a quick tip on CMOS really briefly. Um I should have another video coming on this soon, much more in depth, but I just want to give a quick tip here on CMOS, okay? And now, this sea moss you see here, I just took it out of the water, had it rinsed a few times and things like that. And pretty much you can see how it is, right? You can see how it is. Now, the average sea moss that you usually see, right, for most people, it's always very thick. Every piece is usually very thick. But what with this sea moss, you can see some pieces are still very thin, right? After it's been soaking for overnight. Now, there's nothing wrong if you see some thicker pieces, right? Because it's just like a tree, right? With a tree, you have the trunk of the tree, which is the thicker piece of the tree. But then you have the branches, which are much thinner than the trunk of the tree or the root of the tree, right? So with this, you'll notice a few larger pieces, right? A few thicker pieces, right? Why? Because this is like the trunk of the tree. It's the stem, right? Now, watch when I lift this up. You see? This piece right here, this thick piece, it's holding up the whole sea moss, this whole stalk of sea moss, this whole branch of sea moss. It's holding it up. So this would tend to be a bit thicker. But as you see, majority of the other pieces, they are still very thin, right? Still very thin. Dr. Sebi spoke on this. He spoke when he mentioned the pool grown or the tide pool grown sea moss that is 3 times as thicker. Now, the average sea moss that you see out there, as soon as you get it out the package, it's already 3 times its size. It's already 3 times its size. Now, with this sea moss, okay, it was thin when I purchased it, and it's still thin, or rather thin, even after soaking overnight. And it's been soaking for over 12 hours, right? But as I said, what? You see the some thicker pieces, which pretty much are the trunk of it, right? As the tree is, and holds up the entire sea moss. So of course that piece might be a little bit thicker. There's nothing wrong with that. But if your sea moss is thick all the way through, you see every single branch very thick like that, you got a dud. You got a dud. And another thing will be the tremendous amount of salt. This sea moss has little to no salt on it. Pool grown, tide grown sea moss will have salt covered all over it. That's how you know not to purchase it. If you see sea moss like that, do not purchase it. It is pool grown. It is tide pool grown. And they throw salt in the water, okay, to to remineralize it, and they put it in these tide pools and try to make the water sway back and forth to mimic the same effects that the natural oceans have so that it can get the minerals. But there's less dense in minerals than the actual wild crafted sea moss, okay? So there's just a few quick tips on sea moss. So when you're purchasing, make sure that it's thin like this. It should never be very thick as soon as you're purchasing it, and it should never have tremendous amounts of salt on it. I have another video coming on this real soon, so stay tuned. And I hope this segment, was inspiring and gave a lot of info. So with that, to the next time, be blessed.